Welcome to Turnbuckle Talk, episode 241 coming at you. I am Karl Karufel, joined alongside Bubba Duke, and we have got quite a bit to talk about today. This is going to be a banger of an episode. As always, we always have bangers here on Turnbuckle Talk. So yeah, we are going to get right into things here so that we can get through this and get on to everything else that we need to do, because I know people are busy. This week, we have got, first off, we're talking about WWE Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel is going to be starting at like noon Eastern time on Thursday. Because of time differences, they are over in Saudi Arabia. You know what? Honestly, I'm looking at the card of this show, and I'll run through it with you, Bubba Duke. But I'm actually kind of excited about this. I think that this actually might be a good thing. So there are 9 matches on the card. So I'll run through them here with you, and let me know what you think of these matches. Just kind of give me a brief, I think this will be good or whatever type of thing. All right. So what I'm assuming will probably be on maybe a pre-show type of thing. We're going to have Mansoor taking on Mustafa Ali in a singles match. I'm assuming that this is probably going to start out the show. A couple of good guys, and I'm okay with this. I'm happy to see this. What about you?
Yeah, it's a good way to start out the show. I would think to the younger guys and 2 guys that can actually wrestle.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing there, right? I mean, both of those guys pretty much coming from like 205 Live. So a couple of cruiserweights getting in there, being able to do some really good things. And I am very much so happy about that. Anytime that we can see some cruiserweight action is always a good thing. We've got a plethora of different things here. My goodness. So it looks as though culmination of things are going to be happening at this pay-per-view. So I'll go through this one here. We're going to have a singles match, King of the Ring tournament finals. So spoiler alert, if anybody hasn't seen any of the programming leading up until now, I'm sorry, you've had time. We're looking at Finn Balor taking on Xavier Woods for the crown and the scepter and the prestige of being called this year's King of the Ring. Who do you think is going to take over and come out on top on this one here, Bubba?
That's a tough call because I like both these guys a lot.
Right?
I like the New Day, and I really like Finn Balor. I might have to give this one to Finn Balor.
Really?
Yeah. He's overdue for a big push.
Yeah, you know what? He definitely is. You're right. But I mean, he has been there. He has been to the top.
Yeah.
Right? So I want Xavier Woods to take this. Okay. So now we're going to be giving some good stuff to Xavier Woods, who, part of the New Day, right? We've had Kofi Kingston with some great stuff happening with Kofi over the years. Big E is on his rise right now, and it is time for Xavier Woods to get something as well. Let's listen to the doctor here for a moment, though. The doctor is saying Finn Balor. So the doctor is agreeing with you, saying Finn Balor is going to take over and win this King of the Ring tournament. I think a little bit differently. Thursday, we'll find out. We definitely will. Another thing that is culminating on this show, we are looking at another singles match. This is for the Queen's Crown tournament. The finals for this one, we're looking at Zelina Vega taking on Dewdrop for that. We're going to see somebody who is not within the top 4 of the freaking company winning this tournament. I'm ecstatic about this. I am so happy that it's not going to be Sasha or Bailey or Charlotte or Becky or anyone, any of those. I'm glad that it is somebody different. Bubba Duke, who do you see taking this? Do you see Dewdrop or do you see Zelina Vega?
Well, first off, let me mark this in my calendar. It's not one of those.
Right.
I'm gonna have to pull for Dewdrop.
Okay.
This girl's got some talent that they are not using. Even for a bigger girl, she has some talent. So I'm gonna push for her, just because probably nobody else is.
I think you're wrong in that statement, because I as well am pushing for Dewdrop to take this. I really do. I really hope that she does. I mean, I've been watching Piper Niven. I've been watching her career from the independent scene all the way coming through to, NXT and then into the WWE. And I've been watching it all. And I absolutely love this girl. And I am hoping that this is finally the big break for her and that she does take this. Now, on the flip side of things, Zelina Vega was brought back and, welcomed back into the fold after kind of being fired, right? And we do know that, she may have options to be able to go to another company where her partner is. So are we going to see a situation where maybe the WWE is going to be giving it to Zelina Vega to be able to keep her with the company? Doctor, thank you again for coming in with this. The doctor says Zelina Vega, but winning it by disqualification from a Bailey interference. Good point. Good point. Considering what's been happening and everything that's transpired up until this point between all of them. Very good point. Very valid. I can get behind that as well. So again, it's Thursday. It's not that far away. Today's Tuesday. We only got a couple more days and we will actually be able to see who comes out with this one. So now I'm looking over this card, like I said earlier, and this card is seeming more like an Extreme Rules card, or how Extreme Rules should have been, as opposed to just like another pay-per-view, which so this next match here we're going to talk about is a Hell in a Cell match. I absolutely love the Hell in a Cell matches. We're looking at Edge taking on Seth Rollins. Again, this one here is a story that has been told and a culmination coming together, and a Hell in a Cell match. What do you think, Bubba Duke? What do you think about the Hell in a Cell match, and who do you think is going to take this one?
Hell in a Cell match, the best gimmick match I've ever seen. I love it.
Elimination Chamber.
Wow. Each to our own. We don't have to I just like the history behind it and who's wrestled in it. I might have to give this one to Edge.
Okay. So the Edge is going to Edge.
Yeah, barely. It's going to be a tough one for him, but I think he's going to win it.
It's difficult. I want Edge to win this. I really do. Being a Canadian boy, I want my Canadian boy to win. So I really want Edge to win, but I think that they're really going to be giving this to Seth Rollins once again, just to maybe draw out this story a little bit longer, maybe take it maybe into Survivor Series, and even further, maybe we will see this continue on until WrestleMania, where we get a final confrontation between the two of them. HCW Sports, I agree with you. Let's go Edge. 100%. That's who I want to win this match. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't think so. I think they're going to continue on with this. The doctor coming back in here again, talking. He wants Edge to win, but feels they may make it a draw. That would be a great way for them to continue this on. It definitely would, as I've been saying. So maybe not Seth Rollins winning, but a draw happening. Yeah, I think that's definitely a way to do it as well. Ed, I love you, man. Thank you for coming by. Howdy to you too. And people, don't forget, we are on Love Wrestling now with this program. Their Instagram, lovewrestling.ca. Or Love Wrestling CA, sorry. The best way that you can find all of the social media for Love Wrestling is by going to lovewrestling.ca. All of the links are available right there. Moving on, we have a no holds barred match. No holds barred, but it's Goldberg taking on Bobby Lashley. I don't care. I really, really don't care. Ontario Gumby, you are right. Love Wrestling is the best, 100%. And this channel is dope. Love them. And this show too. HCW, thank you so freaking much. You don't understand how much it means to us to be able to hear you guys tell us that you actually enjoy the show. That's what we do this for. We do this for you guys. And I'm going off on a tangent because just as the doctor is saying, it's not going to be a female match. It's going to be this match that is a piss break match. I fully agree with that. 100%. Bubba, I'm rambling on here because I don't care about this match. I don't give a shit. Tell me, what do you think?
That's my I'm a big dude. I like my food. I'm going to be getting a snack and some pap, taking a pee break, and I don't care. To me, they're both guys that have 3 moves.
Right?
Who cares? You're big muscle dummies. You can't wrestle. You don't know nothing about wrestling other than what you've been told to do, which is go out there and smash. Hulk smash. Even the Hulk had more freaking moves than you guys.
You know who does care? The people that are into watching man boobs on 40-year-olds. Next. Yep, I fully agree with that. Next, we're going to talk to Ontario Gumby here for a moment. I was at the show Friday night in Edmonton, went on a 4-hour plane ride from Ontario for it. Dude, thank you. Thank you so much for supporting that. That is absolutely fantastic. Love Wrestling, getting into the game of putting on promotions with professional wrestling companies as well. And from what I understand, we do know that there was some technical difficulties and that it wasn't able to be shown to everybody. But from what I have been seeing and reading in our private chat rooms, it was a banger of a show. It was absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to be able to see it. And Doctor, you're right. That is a fan. That is a fan, not just of professional wrestling, but that is a fan of independent professional wrestling. That is what we need more of. We need to see a lot more of people going out there and being fans of independent professional wrestling. I had to support Spencer and local Ontario talent, of course. Of course. I mean, Spencer is an amazing guy who has been able to, give us this platform, right? I mean, not just Turnbuckle Rewind, but allowing Turnbuckle Talk to come into the fold as well. It's absolutely fantastic. So, I mean, not only do we have ourselves being able to be on Love Wrestling, but I mean, still as well with the HTM Podcast Network, with IndiePW.com, we're getting ourselves out there, and I am absolutely blown away that we have these platforms and avenues to do it. It's the best. The world of independent wrestling. Yeah, I have a hard time using the word indie. I think it demeans it a little bit. I get it. Spelt INDIE. A little more class put onto it. INDY that I see a lot of from Smarks. It absolutely irks me. But independent wrestling is the foundation of everything that is done in the world of professional wrestling. Just like you see there, Bubba Duke holding up, support your local wrestler. That's what we have to do. And I'm happy to see that people have been going out and actually doing that. So now we're going to talk a little bit more of the conglomerate, unfortunately, just to kind of get through the rest of this card. So Goldberg, Lashley, nobody cares. Moving on. We are going to have a singles match for the WWE Championship. Big E. Yes, I know. Bubba Duke's boy, Big E, taking on Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. I see Big E keeping this. I don't see him being as a transitional champion. I don't see him losing the title during this show, at least. Give me your thoughts on this, because you're the Big E fan.
I'm a huge Drew McIntyre fan as well, because I remember him when he was a tiny little toothpick, and then he went away and came back as a wrestler. But Big E, yeah, he's not losing it. Yeah, he's going to keep it for a while, I think, because everybody's loving up the New Day stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think he's gonna keep it till Mania at least. That's my opinion.
I think you're right as well. Yes, definitely. HCW Sports, yeah, it's my world. HCW is amazing, and you guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for that. And then let's take a look here from Ontario Gumby. Again, me and my fiance felt very welcomed by Love Wrestling. It's truly, as the name says, we felt the love for wrestling and everyone around. That is exactly what Love Wrestling was designed to do. That's exactly what Love Wrestling was put out there for, was for this love and this passion that we all share, for us to be able to come together as a community together, just to share our passion and our love of this business. And although it may not be as big as it was back in the, Attitude Era, I get that, but it is still a pretty big community. It definitely is. And I am so happy to be part of this community. I've been part of it since I was 3 years old, when I first got into professional wrestling. HCW saying match will be dynamite. You know what? I believe so as well. And this is the reason why Big E is the biggest improvement since the first day. You're 100% correct there. I think he definitely is. Has progressed so far and improved so much over the years, and I'm very happy that he's in this position now where he should be. Moving on to the next match here, tag team match for the Raw Tag Team Championships. We have RK Bro, Randy Orton, and Riddle taking on AJ Styles and Omos, or who cares, whatever you want to call him. Big guy who gets in there, does a couple big moves, and it's all good. I don't see them losing the championships, though. I don't see it going back to AJ and Omos.
No, I don't see it neither. I've actually heard rumors that Omos or Amos or Amos or Useless, whatever you want to call him, is going to be doing a singles push here soon.
Really?
Yep.
That'll be interesting. I mean, I don't personally, I don't think that he's ready for the singles push. I agree. Bormos.
Yes.
Yeah. Bormos. Riddle drops them all in a show of defiance. Oh.
Ooh, the turn. The plot.
Interesting. That definitely would be a shock and shock value to have on this show. That's You got my mind kind of going now. That is very, very interesting. I can't wait for Thursday. I really can't. I can't wait for Thursday to find out. This is going to be great. All of these different things now are really going to be running through my head and going through my mind as I'm watching this. So I'm going to be like, and I'm going to be so excited. Ed, you know what? Yeah. Almost is getting better every time. You're right. He definitely is. At least he's more competent in the ring than the great Khali. And you see him turning on AJ at the end of this matchup. So that kind of goes along the same lines as what Bubba Duke has been hearing, that almost maybe going for a singles run. And this would be a fantastic and a good way for that to happen. Definitely. We have a triple threat match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. We have Becky Lynch taking on Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. So a three-way for that championship that Becky Lynch is currently holding. I wish that they would have just allowed this to have been a one-on-one between Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair. That's what I was really hoping for. That's not what we're getting. Talk about it, Bubba. What do you think?
Again, those four pushing their way into matches they don't need to be in. As far as I'm concerned, Bianca should never have lost the title. Never. She shouldn't have lost it. Not that soon, not that fast. I don't care if it was, wrestler from the 50s coming back. Like, you don't know.
Right.
She had it not long enough, and she deserves to have it back. So my vote is that she's going to win this match. Get the other two.
I want to see that as well. I want to see Bianca Belair get that championship back, and I think that it'll be a very, very good and big thing for a women's championship to change hands in this area on this pay-per-view and at this show. 2 years ago we had, I believe it was 2 years ago, we had Lacey Evans and Natalia going out there, and they were the first females in the WWE to put on a wrestling match, an exhibition for these people there. And so, to continue on with the theme of being able to open up opportunities possibly for women in that area, this might be a good thing so that the younger women that are there may be able to see all of this happening. I think that's a fantastic way to do this. Ed saying, I'd rather Sasha versus Bianca once again because I can do without Becky. You know what? You're not alone in that. Lots of people are saying that as well. HCW Sports, Bianca Belair gets it. She is a beast and love her energy. I love her energy as well. I really do. I really, really do. She isn't that typical blonde-haired model that is out there, that's going out and just kind of putting on a match and being that sex symbol type of whatever. She's real. She's a real woman. She's a real person who's going out there and looks legitimately real. Doesn't have, okay, I'm just gonna say it. She doesn't have the big breasts, right? She's not that big breasted, woman that's going out there and flaunting herself in that type of a respect. She is athletic, and that is what we need in professional wrestling. We need athletes, not just super models. So let's pull this up and read this one here. We all need to work together, and that's why I put my money into an airplane to come to your guys' show with Ontario Gumby. We got to stop yelling into the void and just work together. You're right. You know what? I 100% agree with that. This isn't just conglomerate. This isn't just WWE. It isn't just AEW. It isn't just Ring of Honor. It isn't Impact. It isn't NWA. It's not. I understand that there are separate companies, right? There's RC Cola, there's Pepsi Cola, there's Coca-Cola, there's Faygo, right? Like there's all these other different brands that are out there, but they all are doing the same thing. And honestly, if you go into a restaurant and you're like, hey, I'd like a Pepsi. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, we only have Coke. Most people are not going to be like, ring light just died. Most people are not going to be like, hey, no, I'm not going to take Coca-Cola because I want Pepsi. No, it's a cola. Same thing in this. I love Faygo too. Faygo Red Pop. Jeez, come on now. Love Faygo Red Pop. It's the same with professional wrestling. We're all in this together and we need to stop dividing, which is interesting because, well, stick with us. I guarantee you that this will be good. You got to stick with us, though. And we will be talking a little bit more about that. Wrestling thrives when we all work together. It's 100% as well. AEW debut coming behind Karl with the lights out gimmick. Yeah, that's honestly, I wish if I could get my voice being able to be broadcast out there on AEW, Ring of Honor, WWE, Impact. I don't care where. I would love it. Last matchup that we've got here, singles match for the WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns, the champion, taking on Brock Lesnar. What do you think?
Roman's not losing it. He's not losing that title. Not for
you don't think so?
I don't think he's going to lose that thing till WrestleMania at the latest, or the soonest. Sorry, not the latest.
Okay.
Again, rumor mill, and I don't know how valid it is. I've been trying to find it, but there's rumor that Brock Lesnar is not going to be seen again till the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
But again, I still don't see whether he's going to be there or not. I still don't see Roman losing the title anytime soon. I really don't.
Honestly, I don't either. They've got such good thing. I mean, yeah, Bubba's right. Yeah. I don't see him losing it either. They have such a good thing going with Roman Reigns right now that he doesn't need to lose that championship. There's no need for it. There's no reason for it. Not at all. So much good is happening.
And on top of that, if you remember back to SmackDown, I think it was in June or July, The Rock had come out and challenged his cousin to a match at WrestleMania. So do you pass up that opportunity of making money with The Rock or keep the title on him and make that money? What are you going to do? You're going to make the money with The Rock.
Right.
So that's what I see. Whether it is going to happen or not, that's kind of the way I've seen things laid out.
Mm-hmm.
That there's going to be a WrestleMania match between him and The Rock. To basically, I think The Rock's just basically going to pass the torch on to him. And
right.
Yeah.
Speaking of passing things along, this next topic here is a little crazy. It seems as though that somebody had lost their luggage during a tour, during a show. And it turns out that Rhea Ripley's luggage was lost. I don't know if it was stolen, if it was, lost, if it was what actually happened with it. But apparently the stuff inside of it is being sold online. Rhea Ripley actually putting out a tweet asking for help from fans and anybody that may know what is going on to help out and to see if they can help find her stuff. I think I've got it here. I was just taking a look at let's see here.
I seen a post.
So yeah, she actually posted out lost gear bag. My moshers of Albuquerque, New Mexico. I know this is a stretch, but if any of you have seen a black travel suitcase around Office Boulevard and Montano Road, please hold on to it and let me know. It has all my gear in it, including my title. So yeah, apparently there's been more tweets that have come out since then talking about how somebody is actually selling the stuff or trying to sell the stuff online. I think that is absolutely ridiculous. Like, what? Come on. Like, that's just something you see a huge belt inside of this bag that's, looks gold and all of this stuff. Like, you're going to bring that to somebody. Don't just try to sell it online. You're right. That's not cool at all. I hope that she does get her stuff back too.
This is where, in my opinion, this is where humanity needs to step up. And yeah, we found your stuff, Ripley. Here, whoever needs to pick it up, this is where it is. Or what you want me? You want me to email? You want me to mail it to you? What do you want? What do you want done? Because that's her title that she won. She won that. She carries it everywhere because she's proud of it.
Right.
But I did get it. Was looking through tweets because I finally broke down and got Twitter. But Mr. Damian Priest was very nice. This is where the humanity comes in here for me. He gave her basically his credit card and said, "Here, get new ring gear for now. Get everything you need. It's on me. I got you. Here you go." Like, that's this much glimmer into, humanity coming back, in a time like this where everybody's stealing everything from everyone else, So,
well, I can tell you that humanity is still out there. A lot of the people responding to that sent photos of, hey, we see it online, and they took a screenshot and made sure that they sent it to her in that thread of tweets. So hopefully they can get together and work with maybe local authorities to be able to get all of that stuff back for her. That would be absolutely fantastic, I think.
I think even at this point, she doesn't even care about her ring gear. Give me my title back. Like, really,
right?
Like, that's the one thing that's important to her. People are dicks. Yeah, they are. They can.
Yeah. Yeah. You know who isn't a dick?
Who?
You know who isn't?
Who?
Scott D'Amore. Do you know who Scott D'Amore is?
Name's not ringing a bell.
Oh, and it should. Scott D'Amore, an executive with Impact Wrestling.
Okay. He
had a sit-down conversation, apparently, a little meeting, with a recently released superstar from the WWE.
I know who it is.
Who do you think it is?
Braun Strowman.
Yes, it is.
It's not a little meeting, bro. That's a big meeting.
It definitely is a big meeting. It definitely is. I mean, yeah, Braun is a big boy. Adam Scher. We can't call him Braun anymore. He's not Braun Strowman. Adam Scher. That's who he is. And Ontario Gumby. Literal big meeting. Yeah. Yeah.
Kidding.
The Brooklyn Brawler as well had no, he actually didn't. Although I do love the Brooklyn Brawler. He's an amazing guy. That would be cool too. It would be cool to see the Brooklyn Brawler just kind of doing a little bit of something to help out in the back with everyone, with the guys and with the girls. That would be absolutely fantastic.
So
it would be.
Meeting, did he? I wonder what it was about. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall.
Right?
Just to be there to be like, ooh, is he really going to go to Impact?
The answer may come soon enough, though. Because October 23rd, is Impact's Bound for Glory.
Well, what it did.
Right? Bound for Glory. So this is now a sold out show.
Really?
It's sold out. Yes.
So you and I can't get tickets now.
Nobody can get tickets anymore.
Dude, I told you to get those tickets early.
Well, COVID.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, I'm going to run through this card here super quick as well. 7 matches on this card as of right now. We got a tournament final intergender 6-way match for the inaugural Impact Digital Media Championship. That's a mouthful. So we've got John Schuyler versus Crazy Steve versus Fala Ba versus Jordan Grace versus Chelsea Green versus Alicia Edwards or Tennille Dashwood. We'll find out soon. Yeah. Finals.
Wow.
For this new Impact Digital Media Championship that they have decided to bring in. Let's go Impact, get the big man, and run with it. You're right. 100%. You're right.
You know who I'd like to see him face?
Who?
The Moose. I'd love to see him destroy that guy and just get him back.
You're not a fan of Moose?
His character irks me because of his arrogance and his I'm better than everybody because I'm bigger than everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I just love to have Adam come in and slap him one. Just to get him down that peg to smarten him up that he's not better than everybody. You're as good as everybody.
Might be able to see that.
Right, you know?
Yeah. I can't say this word on air, but I'll put that up there. Yes. So this is going to be very interesting. I really don't have a winner to really put out there for this matchup here, and apparently this is going to be a pre-show matchup. Yeah, I'll put that up for you. That's awesome. So a pre-show match for the inaugural Impact Digital Wrestling Championship, which kind of makes sense because the pre-shows lately are usually something that's online. It's digital.
Yep.
Makes sense. We're going to have a singles match for the Impact World Championship. This one is a huge matchup. We've got Christian Cage taking on Josh Alexander, two Canadian boys, two great professional wrestlers that I'm sure are going to put on an amazing clinic inside that ring. I am very happy to see Josh Alexander take that championship. What do you think, Bubba?
I agree with you. I think he's going to take the title because Christian has a lot going on right now in AEW with Jurassic Express and them boys. He's really kind of mentoring that tag team. I've seen a lot of improvement since he's taken them under his wing and he's been showing them these little
right.
Wow. And I think he might take over while the big guy's out with Jungle Boy. I think he might take over for a little bit there and just, I don't want to see him lose the title, but in reality, it's kind of where it's going for us, like what I see.
Yeah.
Am I right? Probably not. Am I wrong? Probably.
I see it going to Josh Alexander. I really do.
Oh,
I really do. Mighty Joe. Hey. Hello, my friend. It is awesome to see you. Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate that. I do. Cage wins. That's my truth. And that wins. HCW Sports, you are welcome here anytime. I absolutely love you.
Yeah.
So speaking of love,
yes,
I absolutely love and adore the person in this next matchup. We are looking at Deonna Purrazzo taking on Mickie James for the Impact Knockouts Championship. I love Deonna Purrazzo and everything that she has been doing. She's been absolutely fantastic and killer when it comes to her work. She has really, I've seen her before, but she's really made a name for herself and done such good stuff. I freaking love it. What do you think? We're looking at new generation, older generation with Mickie. How do you see this playing out, Bubba?
I actually, it's a tough one because I'm really starting to respect the young lady who's got both titles right now. I'm really, really starting to like her, but the old version of me loves Mickie James. Dude, I've loved her since the day that she's come on the wrestling programs. But I want to see her win. I want to see Mickie James win for the simple reason that I want to see that match between her and the lady known as Mercedes Martinez. I want to see that match bad. Am I going to be upset if we don't win? Am I going to be upset? I'll be upset a little bit. Am I going to be heartbroken? Not really, but I want to see that match. So my vote's going to be Mickie James. And I'm going to tell you right now, gentlemen, whoever's in this room, those two women are going to put on a clinic that night for that title.
I think so as well. I think so as well. Moving on to something that seems a little weird, a little odd. First, that would be great, says Ontario Gumby, and then yes, Bubba, and Ontario Gumby saying agreed. Sean, I see that you liked this. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much, my friend. All the support that you give us has been fantastic. The support that everybody gives us is absolutely amazing, and I absolutely love it. Thank you so much. I don't know. I don't know about this next one here. It says call your shot gauntlet match. It says there goes the ring light again.
Here, hold on.
Right. This is the So we're gonna do this in the dark for now, I guess. Rich Swann versus Brian Myers versus Moose versus W. Morrissey versus Chris Sabin, and then it says versus 15 to be announced competitors.
Wow.
So 15 more competitors apparently in this. The Call Your Shot gauntlet match. The winner receives a trophy and a contract they can invoke anytime within 1 year for a championship match of their choosing. That's pretty cool. That really is. That's really cool. I like that. This one's really hard to tell because I mean, how are we going to be able to do anything? How are we going to be able to tell anything, especially if there's apparently 15 more competitors that we know absolutely nothing about.
So it could technically, hear me out here, you could have guys from New Japan, AEW. Where else do they, like, who knows? Maybe Ring of Honor guys might show up. Like, who
possible?
Knows? Dude, this is going to be mind-blowing. Like, you think about the possibilities of this match. Because we, like you said, we have no clue who the other 15 guys are. Right?
What? It's very true. It's very true.
Who knows? Maybe Nature Boy might show up and win the match. Like, Hogan, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, wow.
Pluggo, thank you for the like over on Facebook. And what's good? You know what's good? You know what's good? This non-sponsored Dr. Pepper. That's what's good. Let me
But yes, so this match, I know there's a guy that I would love to have win it, but I don't know. There's a couple of them really. Looks like the brains on Bubba.
Thanks a lot. You're giving him a big head now.
Easy now.
HCW Sports does love that idea. Yeah.
Hey, how much would you freak out if Sting showed up in Impact again?
Right?
Or
right?
Angle. Because he's not doing nothing right now.
What if Suzuki comes in and wins it?
Right? The possibilities for this match are endless. Like, the names you could come up with and throw in there. Like, DDP could show up again.
Oh, please. I love DDP.
If he showed up and won, dude, I would listen. There would be a riot in my hometown of 2 people.
Oh, jeez.
And me.
The doctor coming out with a pick here as well. I love this pick. I love this pick. I love it. I love it. I love it. Funaki, SmackDown #1 announcer.
I haven't seen Funaki in forever, and I loved that guy.
Wins via DDPY. That's right.
Yep.
DDP is absolutely amazing. I personally met him. I've talked with him. I absolutely love that guy. He is fantastic, amazing, a wealth of knowledge when it comes to professional wrestling, as well as just physical fitness. And I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I love it. DDP, I love you, man. I really do. And the work that DDP has done with so many other people, so many different workers, so many different wrestlers that are out there, right? From Scott Hall, Jake the Snake Roberts, and even just like Arthur Boorman, probably DDPY's first big name to really have a dramatic change and effect on this person. Absolutely fantastic. DDP is an amazing man. So HCW Sports says, met him when I was 12, and he and Benoit were amazing to me. You know what? I never got to meet Chris Benoit personally. I've seen him from a distance, but I've never really had the opportunity to really sit down and talk with him at all. But from what I hear, he was probably one of the most humble men to ever sit down to talk with people. He would talk to you not as a performer, but as a person, and really just talk to you like you were buddies, right? And really made it personal for you. Ontario Gumby, this is fantastic. DDPY changed my life. When I got my hernia, I couldn't lift anything, so I went to DDPY. 258 pounds down to 154 pounds in 8 freaking months.
Woo!
It's not your mama's yoga. It definitely is not.
Nope.
DDPY actually works. And if anybody tells you differently, they're lying. They're lying.
Sitting right over here beside my bed.
Right?
Yep.
Right. Somebody who I think does do DDPY to stay in the absolute fantastic shape that this person is in, we're looking at Trey Miguel. I think he probably does. We're looking Trey Miguel taking on Steve Macklin and El Phantasmo in a tournament final 3-way match for the vacant Impact X Division Championship. Before you go on there, this definitely, yeah. Congratulations, Ontario Gumby. Look at the love and the support that you have. I'm tripping over my words here. The love and support that you have here as well. Fantastic, Ontario Gumby. I salute you. Right, like this is absolutely amazing. And Ontario Gumby saying recovered from all my injuries and I don't have any pain. That's a fantastic testament right there. It definitely is. I love that. Ontario Gumby saying thank you, everyone. So now triple threat match. What do you think here? Trey Miguel, Steve Macklin, and El Phantasmo for the X Division Championship.
I'm going to go on a wire. Steve Macklin.
Okay. I got a feeling. Just a thought, gut feeling, gut instinct.
My gut's just going Steve Macklin. So you know what? Gut, you never steered me wrong, so let's go Steve Macklin.
There we go. Bubba's pick there. Steve Macklin. I'm thinking El Phantasmo. Why not?
Okay.
Why not? I would love to see that. Something else that I'm really loving to see right now. Tag team matchup. For the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championship, we have got Decay, which is Havoc and Rosemary. We've talked about them on the programs before as well. I absolutely love Rosemary. You know, HCW Sports saying Miguel takes it. So there, all three people have been picked.
There we go.
All 3 people. Tag team matchup for the Impact Tag Team Championships. Decay versus the Inspiration. So there we have it. That is what they are going to be doing at Bound for Glory. We talked about this last week, kind of going, we don't know what's going to be happening with them. We don't know where they're going to be going, what they're going to be doing, anything like that. Now we know that they are in a matchup for the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championships. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm okay with this. I definitely am.
Yeah. Who do you think's going to win, though? You think they're going to retain the titles, or you think the new group's going to win it?
I think Decay is going to keep it. HCW Sport saying Rosemary gives me scared boners and it frightens me, but it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. That's funny, bro. I'm not. I plead the fifth on that one, bro.
Oh, you know what? I'm absolutely loving this, and I'm hoping that that Decay keeps it. I really do. They're fantastic, and I would love to see this feud actually continue on a little further. There are different feuds that are even happening on programs within this community here as well. So you want to see some of the feuds that go on between us here? Go and check out lovewrestling.ca and make sure that you're checking out all of the other shows that are out there as well. fantastic shows over there. There is so much content over at lovewrestling.ca.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. You will be amused and happy with everything that you see. Go and check out lovewrestling.ca. Who do you think is going to take this matchup here?
The women's title match there. I think the champions are going to keep it just to push this feud a little bit more, because Impact's getting some fantastic female tag teams,
right?
And they can wrestle. Wow, can they ever wrestle?
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. We talked about this. We've talked about this with other people as well, but we need more female tag teams, like actual legit tag teams. Throughout the years, we've seen different tag teams that have stayed together their entire careers, but we really don't see any females that do that. And now we are with the inspiration. And I am very, very happy that this is happening. We have one more tag team match to go through here. Violent by Design. We've got Eric Young, Cody Deaner, or Joe Doring, depending. But we do know that at least it is going to be Eric Young and somebody else. Okay. So taking on Heath. Yes. And a mystery opponent, or a mystery partner. Sorry.
Oh, you know who it's going to be right now? Rhino.
Right.
It's going to be right. How can Heath come back and not tag team with my boy Rhino? Come on.
Or is this where we're going to see Braun Strowman? Is it, or Adam Scherr? Is this where we're going to see Adam Scherr?
Isn't he going to go by the name Titan?
I'm not sure.
I've heard rumors about it. Titan, something like that.
Is this where we see that? Hey? Hey? Right? Because Rhino is still kind of in this little bit of a I don't know whether I should be here or I should be there or what I should be doing. Kind of still cloudy and hazy up in the mind. Well, Heath comes in and goes, hey, listen, if you want to do your BS over there, I got myself a great partner to come out to the ring with me, Aaron Scherr. Right? Adam Scherr.
I'm going to keep my fingers crossed on that one now.
Right. This is a community for everyone to get together, like each other, share each other, do all of these different things, and especially following, as well as we've just seen Ontario Gumby following at HCW Sports over on Twitch. Yeah, I mean, why not go and support everybody? This is a community where we should be doing that. Absolutely fantastic. HCW Sports saying Eric Young wins it all on his own. So HCW Sports, while we're discussing this, then do you think that Eric Young is going to have a tag team partner but not tag anybody and just do everything on his own, or do you think that he's just going to tell the other two to just stay in the back? Let me know what you think about that, and yeah, I'm very interested in that. Bubba, what do you think? What do you think in that respect?
His tag team partner might get hurt and not be able to continue, and just be laying out outside the ring.
Okay. That's
is that way?
Or do we see another little swerve where, somebody does maybe get injured, or maybe both Cody Deaner and Joe Doring get injured, and then we see Rhino come to the aid of Eric Young?
Maybe.
Right?
Adam's there, Big Adam, to try to even the playing field.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, the way this could go, Karl.
Oh, right. It's the
possibility.
Little Pump will have an ego match and keep everyone in the back. Okay. There we go. So yeah, HCW Sports thinking that Eric Young is just going to keep everybody in the back. Maybe as well, we might actually see Rhino come out if Heath is getting a little bit more of an upper hand on Eric Young. We might just see Rhino come to the aid of, and that kind of be a little bit of a solidification of, yes, I am part of the group and I am sorry and I am here for you. So yeah, that's Bound for Glory. It's going to be fantastic as well. I am super excited for this. It is a great freaking time to be a fan of professional wrestling. It definitely is. With all these different companies, with everything that is out there, it's an absolutely fantastic time. Something else that's really fantastic is our sponsors. So we have been part of the Collar and Elbow brand family since the beginning. We are actually the first sponsored podcast from Collar and Elbow brand, and we are so happy for that. We are so happy to support them. And what we're going to do for you right now is we're going to play you just a little commercial for collarandelbowbrand.com. So stick with us. We will be coming back to at least our match of the week and our Showstopper segment. You're not going to want to miss this one. So stay tuned.
Wrestling. A love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. The wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
The dictionary defines hero as a person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. Being a hero in life is far more than words printed on a page. It takes an unwavering code, a compass that points true north, always. And in times like these, it takes sacrifice. Hero shouldn't be a word defined by a dictionary. It's a word that should be defined by the best of us. Hero has a new definition.
And thank you for coming back with us here on Turnbuckle Talk. I am Karl Karufel alongside Bubba Duke, and we're getting now into a couple of segments on the show that everybody absolutely loves. I really don't have very, very much for breaking news. Bubba, do you have anything really for breaking news at all?
No, what I have is just kind of, I got to keep an eye on it, and maybe next week it'll be breaking news.
Okay. Karl and Bubba getting sponsors. Yeah, I mean, okay, so let me just talk about our sponsors just for a brief moment. So for those of you that may not know, this program, Turnbuckle Talk, started back in 2015 with myself and Mighty Joe, who you saw earlier in the chat. Mighty Joe has stepped away, so I have now included Bubba Duke, and anybody else wants to, get a hold of us on our social media at TB Talk Pod, and we can have more people on and talk some more professional wrestling with other people as well. So Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at TB Talk Pod. But the sponsorship was Joe and I, and I just reached out to Collar and Elbow brand and said, hey, this is what we're doing. And I actually got a response back and got sponsored, and we have our own promo code, which is JK Podcast. Joe Karl Podcast, JK Podcast, and everyone gets 10% off their entire order. Our other sponsor is a company called Phoenix at fnxfit.com. For those of you that are looking for supplements, workout supplements, and even some workout gear, Phoenix, fnxfit.com. It's a place to go. I absolutely love their super greens. They have done wonders for me. I love them. So go and check them out as well. fnxfit.com. When you use the promo code TBTalkPod, you'll get 15% off your entire order, which is absolutely fantastic. And something else that we'll plug here as well, HCW Sports. Okay, go and check them out too. hcwsports.com. That is their website. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. So I know that it said that the message got deleted. Normally that isn't something that we do. Link posting really isn't something that normally is done on the Love Wrestling side of things, but you've been great with us here today, and I really appreciate that. And I want to see you come back some more. So hcwsports.com, go and check them out as well. And I know that they have gone and checked out lovewrestling.ca. It's a win-win. It's a give. It's a give and take. And I absolutely love that, because that's what we need here in this world. What we're going to be doing right now is moving on to something that everybody really seems to love. And this is our Match of the Week segment. HCW Sports, it's okay. No need to apologize. Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Our match of the week, Bubba, go ahead. Go first. Tell me what your match of the week is here.
My match of the week is coming from AEW once again.
Okay.
You guys have just been killing it for me. We got Daniel Bryanson.
Brian Danielson.
Wow.
No. I know it's going to take a while. I get it. I know.
Dude, I've been practicing that name all day. Brian Danielson.
You over-practiced. That's all.
Against Zuki.
Murder Grandpa.
Wow.
Right?
Again, I state when I got into the wrestling thing, I didn't know much about New Japan.
Yep.
Joe kind of helped me, steered me in the right direction. And I already know who Suzuki was, because, I mean, I was a wrestling fan. You know who Suzuki is. You have to.
Yeah.
So I was watching some matches and whatnot, and then I got to know the guy and seen some other people wrestle. And now I see him in AEW. Wow.
Right?
And he puts on good, like, it's not just an old dude out there trying to make a match.
It's not Goldberg.
I wasn't going to say that.
I will. I don't care.
Well, it's like Hogan being out there trying to wrestle. The guy can't move, you know, but Suzuki, dude, can move. He's off the top rope. He's flying outside the ring. He's
right.
Dude, I don't know what is in the water in Japan, but I need to get some. I need some water.
Yeah.
That's my match of the week. And I'd like to say thank you to those two gentlemen for putting on a great match.
They definitely did. For those of you that are new here, our match of the week isn't necessarily something that happened during this week, but it can be anything that you have seen or watched this past week. So for me, I've been going back and watching a little bit of WWE, or it was WCW, Halloween Havoc. Now we're going all the way back. HCW Sports saying good pick, Bubba. It was a fantastic pick.
Thank you.
I'm going all the way back to 1994, Halloween Havoc, steel cage match between Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. I've always been a mark for Ric Flair. Yep. Always have. I love the guy. Loved watching him. I mean, if it weren't, and I'm going to say it, if it weren't for Ric Flair, we wouldn't have had probably my all-time favorite, Shawn Michaels. I know I'm Canadian. I know it should be Bret Hart. I know. Get over it. Fight me. It's Shawn Michaels. My all-time favorite. Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Jake the Snake Roberts. There we go. Top three. This matchup was just fantastic. I loved it. And I mean, back in the time, the era where everything was all like button heads, you know, and they put on such a good show, even for being two guys who were older guys, right? WWE rejected material, blah, 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 whatever. I loved it. I was a fan of this. So I was happy to be able to, just kind of be laying in bed watching TV, and this came on, and I was happy with it. Definitely. That is my match of the week. Halloween Havoc 1994. An amazing steel cage match. It was sold beautifully by both of them. You're right.
Yes.
100% it was. And that's a big problem that a lot of people have with Hulk Hogan, is that Hulk Hogan, was that guy that he was the larger than life. He really didn't do a lot of the big selling or anything like that. But this matchup he did, and it was beautiful to see. WCW was phenomenal. 100% it was. I was a huge fan of WCW back in the day. I definitely was.
That's when I got into the lucha libre style of wrestling. The cruiserweight,
right?
Because
Rey Mysterio Jr., Eddie Guerrero,
Jericho.
Yep.
Yep.
It was an amazing time. Just as it was a great time back then, it is now a great time as well to be a professional wrestling fan. But there are a few issues, and we're going to get to that right now in our Showstopper segment. Now, this Showstopper segment, I know that I kind of sent it to you, and I was originally not going to send it over to you, Bubba. I was going to let you just hang there for a bit but I didn't want to do that to you, because this is one that maybe we need to, make sure that you actually have something to kind of talk about and go with here. So our Showstopper segment. We talk a lot about the different companies, and we talk a lot about the WWE, and we talk about AEW. Now there's a lot of talk on the Twitterverse and all of the social medias about this big war that's happening between the two of them and stuff like that, right? So now we have created a divide. So now the Showstopper segment, the question is, will the divide between fans cause lasting issues with the professional wrestling product? So essentially, if we're at arms with each other because of this, and if we're so divided over the professional wrestling that we're seeing, is this going to have a lasting impact that it's going that may potentially be detrimental to the business as a whole? Bubba, what do you think? Do you think that this is detrimental, or do you think that this divide might actually be a good thing?
But here's the difference, though. The conglomerate, as you call it, is entertainment. It's not professional wrestling. Where the other companies are professional wrestling. People got to remember that. What WWE is giving to you is not professional wrestling. It is an entertainment, a sports entertainment. Yes, they're wrestling, but it's not a professional match where there's a lot of build up. There's a lot of story time. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. They're basically just telling you what they want you to hear and what they want you to see, and don't care about you. Don't care that you don't like it or like it. They just give it to you. Where these other companies, I find, are listening to the fans a little more and saying, oh, okay, you want to see these two teams fight? Well, we'll get there. We got to do the story to get there, and there's got to be a reason for these two to fight, not just, let's just throw them in a match because, that would look good for ratings. Well, I'm sorry, but a guy like me, for these two teams to fight, I want to know why they're fighting. What's the beef? What's the what's going to be the end goal of these guys fighting and having matches? Like, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Not just throw matches at me like Goldberg and Bobby Lashley. Like, what's that? Why? Why are they well, because Goldberg came back and went, "You're next." Okay, so I'm going to eat a pizza and say, "You're next." What's the point?
So now all of that aside, okay, so There is a divide. 100%. There is a divide. We see it. We see it every time that we take a look at the social medias. Okay. Every time we look at social media, there is the fans that are strict WWE. There are the fans that are strict AEW. There are fans that don't watch either one of those and only watch New Japan or only watch Impact or, anything like that, right? You've got these fans that are so dedicated to just the one product. And then you've got arguments that are happening from other fans that are going, hey, listen here. Have you not checked out this product? Do you not know? You're just an idiot because you're not watching everything, right? There is so much that is divided, and this divide is really hurting the business. In my opinion, I think that it's really hurting things. Roman being shoved down our throat, says HCW Sports to you there, Bubba Duke.
Yeah.
And you're right. Mick Foley, or as Mankind versus The Undertaker, took over a year to build. It definitely did. It's a different time than it is now, unfortunately. And I'm just tired of all this hate. I'm tired of all the divide. I'm tired of all of the butting heads with other fans, with other people, with all of it. I mean, this episode here, I mean, we've been talking a lot with other people on this. I don't have to necessarily agree with everything that someone here is saying, but I'm not going to go and make a big deal about it either. And it's not like I'm not going to support them in what they're doing either, because everyone has their opinion for things. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to hate that person or hate that promotion or hate that brand because of it. And I think that there's too much of that that's really happening right now. And I hate it. It is so hurtful. So hurtful. We talked about how we need to work together.
Yep.
And I absolutely love. And now I'm gonna get some real big flack on this, okay? But everyone, it's talked about how AEW opened up that forbidden door and allowing and working together with other companies. Well, Vince as well has done that. He has opened up the door for some of these companies that are over in the UK, over in Europe, to work with the WWE as well. Now, it's not as prevalent and in our face as it has been with AEW. I would like it to be, for them to be able to show that, and you know what, you're right. Vince really has created the division. You're right. I do have to agree with that, right? Because Vince has said we're not working with anybody except, who we decide and who we talk to, and we're gonna, I get that. Bought everyone out, then became the only kid on the block. You're right. He did
back in the day. Yep.
Yeah. And I'm so happy that we have all of these other companies now that are able to step up a little bit. I've talked on the show with Mighty Joe before about Impact Wrestling, and he never thought that Impact Wrestling was going to continue on after it was TNA. And I told him, dude, they're going to 100%. They're going to continue on. And they have. Ring of Honor, same thing. Ring of Honor has been around for so long. And while they might be a small company, I talked about this last week, the Chris Jericho's Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea, the first one included Ring of Honor. And that was, really before AEW was a big thing, right? They were really just a t-shirt company back then, as I do the air quotes. But they worked together and it was put out there for everyone to see. And I think that the WWE really needs to do that as well. And I get it. WWE does not have to work with AEW. They don't 100%. And I hope that they don't do anything like that, because it's good to have competition. It definitely is. But when this competition starts creating this divide between everybody, that's where things start getting to be an issue. Ontario Gumby saying we're hitting the next wrestling boom. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Oh yeah, 100%. How could we not be right now with what's going on between AEW, Impact, New Japan? whoever else they want to bring into it, MLW, like,
right?
Who knows right now?
Right.
I like the idea. I really do, of these companies working together, because it keeps your talent fresh and keeps and then if they get a little bit stale in one company, okay, well, let's go to the next one because I can work there. And then, okay, well, aren't really working here, let's go to the next one. And you could just keep bouncing and keeping yourself fresh and in the light, right? Where with AEW, or not AEW, sorry, WWE, it's you're stale. You get you're done. They just kind of write you off.
Very true. Very true. Ontario Gumby. Yeah. Collaboration over competition. You're right. Yeah. You're right. No, I do get that 100%. I fully understand what you're saying, where you're coming from. But I think healthy competition is a good thing as well. I really do. I really do. I mean, you take a look back, and I'll use it because it's one that's used all the time. WWE and WCW, right? If that competition wasn't there, would we really have had that amazing boom that we had? Or if Vince had just come in, bought the company even before all of this big stuff started happening, before the wars started happening, I don't think that it really would have had the same effect. So, yeah.
Because they were trying to up one each other all the time, which is good. I don't mind. I don't mind two companies trying to one out each other, like, hey, I can do that. Yeah, okay, well, I can do this. Oh, you did that. Well, we're going to do this.
And I think that something really good with this as well is AEW is collaborating with other companies, right? So the WWE should start collaborating with the companies that AEW isn't collaborating with, which means that collaboration leads to healthy competition, makes everyone do better and learn off each other. You're right.
100%.
Ontario Gumby, you're right. That's So yeah. I'm tired. I'm tired of the divide that's there. I just want us all to work together. I want us all to get along, and I want us all to just be happy with professional wrestling.
Oh yeah. I said it before. There needs to be a hostile takeover at WWE, because I don't want to sound like an ass, pardon my language, but Vince is too stuck in his old ways, where he thinks it's all territory and I need all the territory and I have to have all the control. It's my product, my show, what I say goes. Yeah, that worked for back in the day, Vince, but in this new era of wrestling, and it is a new era of wrestling because everyone's starting to work together to keep product fresh and competition. You can't work like that, bro. You gotta give some to get some. And I think, like you said, if WWE would loosen the reins on the working with other companies, the product might pick back up for them and they might be a top wrestling product again.
Right. I just love professional wrestling.
Oh, I do too.
Whether it's WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, any independent ones as well. A couple of my close friends, at least, we're looking Ignite Wrestling down in Florida, as well as Canadian Wrestling's Elite. I mean, close friends of mine. I absolutely love them and everything that they're doing for independent professional wrestling. I love it. Independent professional wrestling is probably some of the greatest professional wrestling that is out there ever.
I wish we had.
Ever. Okay. Yep. It definitely is. We'll boost your confidence again there, Bubba.
I'm going to walk out of here. My head's going to be bigger than belly if this guy keeps that up.
I'm just going to stop putting those up.
But
that's all. I know you can read them, but I don't have to acknowledge them.
Okay.
You are not the tribal chief of this show. So I will not acknowledge that. Okay? Okay, I will not. Oh, this has been an absolutely amazing episode. Thank you, Bubba, for coming on with me again. And thank you to all the new people showing love. HCW Sports, Ontario Gumby. It's absolutely fantastic to have you guys come on and talk with us while we're going through this. Doctor as well, thank you so much for coming in here. Mighty Joe coming in as well. Ed coming in. Absolutely amazing. Pluggo, I even saw Pluggo. I can't remember if Pluggo commented as well as he gave us a like as well. And talking about Ignite Wrestling, my good friend Kim Artlip, she even gave us a like here as well. I absolutely love that. Miss Kim, you are amazing. I love you so much. Thank you for everything that you are doing for independent professional wrestling down in Florida. Zakiel Squirrel was in here as well. My goodness, all these new friends. I love being able to make new friends on this because this is what I love to do. Podcasting and talking about professional wrestling is what I love to do. So thank you so much, Bubba, for coming on with me again here.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Before we go, though, we do need to make sure that we talk about a few other people as well. We have talked already about Collar and Elbow brand. Once again, go ahead and use that promo code JK Podcast at the checkout. See in the ticker below for 10% off your entire order. Now, that's whether it is brand new or clearanced merchandise. Doesn't matter. Go and check Collar and Elbow brand and use that promo code Phoenix at fnxfit.com. Promo code TB Talk Pod for 15% off the entire order. Our friends over at the HTM Podcast Network. I love those guys over there. They have been with us pretty much since 2018. I believe it's been around there. They're a fantastic crew over there as well. Go and check them out too. IndiePW.com. They support us greatly by continuing to put this podcast out there and available for everyone on their platform, on their brand, so that we can get this podcast out there a little bit further. And StreamYard, if not for StreamYard and the amazing stuff that we've been able to do with them, we would not be bringing you these video podcasts. I am so happy and so thankful that we are able to do that, to bring out video podcasting. It isn't something that we did all the time. It's something that we really just started doing. It's probably been maybe about a year now that we've been doing it. I absolutely love them. I do all the production for this myself. This is just absolutely crazy. Sometimes it's absolutely crazy. Sean MC, thank you for dropping in and coming by. HCW Sports. I'm going to put this up here. Awesome show. You guys are great. And you'll be here next time. I really appreciate that. Ontario Gumby, it was a great time. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. And, thank you very much for that, HCW Sports. My beard is a work in progress. I keep on keeping on with it, so I am very happy for that. And Ontario Gumby, thank you. Thank you so much for the follow. I really, really appreciate that. For myself, Karl Karufel, and Bubba Duke, that has been another edition of Turnbuckle Talk. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.